buy comic books, I would print.
Welcome to the Ska History Hour with your host, Daryl Rubio, wherein the purpose of this channel is to spread awareness of ska music and its subgenres to the world. Today we have a special co-host, Rich Zahnizer, from the Goodwin Club, Hopscotch,
Oh
and the
gosh.
Hippos.
And RX Bandits for
Oh
like
yeah,
one
and
album
Pharmaceutical
cycle.
Bandits.
Yeah.
RX or Pharmaceutical? Which one?
Oh dude, it was I think they were RX by that point, but yeah, they gotta be. They had to be. That was
Yeah,
progress.
yeah.
Progress. They were already RX Bandits, yeah.
Right on. And our guest today is Rory Phillips from none other than the Impossibles in Austin, Texas.
Woohoo!
I was so excited.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, Rory, we
For having me.
appreciate you and Rich and taking the time to speak with us to share your stories and your music with the ska community. Rory, tell us a little bit about yourself and your role in the band.
Sure. My name's Rory Phillips, and I helped found the Impossibles way back in like 1994 or something. Feels like a million years ago now. I, was feel really lucky to have come up in a really vibrant ska scene and to have been a part of that with Rich and the Hippos. Some of our first tours were with those guys. But yeah, I've just always, from the age of 15, when I picked up a guitar, just felt really passionate about expressing myself through music, and then discovered two key figures, Weezer in like 1995, and then really shortly thereafter, Operation Ivy. And like between those two sounds, just really found my way and what I wanted to do back then. And yeah, and we formed the Impossibles. And like you can see in Daryl's background shot there.
Love it.
Got to realize I kind of always had this like this dream of having a band that also wore uniforms for some reason. I just really wanted something like that, in addition to like really gory, bloody promo pics for some reason, I guess. But yeah, and that all kind of coalesced, and yeah, just feel really lucky to have been a part of that band back then. And we had our sort of initial run up until like 2002, and then since then we've only played like two reunion shows, but we're actually doing a handful of things this coming year, although only one has been announced. So uh
Beautiful.
tune in, stay tuned for more there.
Are any of them in LA?
We'll talk after.
Okay. Keep it on the down low. I like it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Now, all three of us, we go way back to the mid 90s, where my label Stiff Dog Records worked with, Vinny and Fueled by Ramen with the Hippo's first release. And you guys played a lot together, worked a lot together. It was really good times. So it's really good to see you guys again. Oh, I see Rich a bunch, but but Rory, it's definitely good to see you again.
Yeah,
Now,
great to see you.
let's get into the band. You guys started in 94, is that correct?
Yes.
94.
1994, and wasn't fully formed right out of the gate. To kind of stumbled around for a little bit, but
But you guys went by a different name, didn't you?
are you referring to the Fat Girls?
Yes.
Not quite. I mean, well, I guess truth be told, 3 out of 4 of the Impossibles were in the Fat Girls, but I mean, I think of them as distinct bands. Like the Fat Girls, kind of had like their own set list and a different singer, which I guess is like the main thing. It's like Gabe came on board, and that's when we turned from the Fat Girls, terrible name, into the Impossibles. And so, yeah, I don't think of it as like, the Impossibles were originally named the Fat Girls, but I don't think that's like completely off base, I guess.
Yeah.
Were you singing in that one as well?
No, we just had like well, we had, okay. We had a standalone singer. I was writing most of the songs, and then we did the weirdest thing ever, Rich. Like I feel embarrassed about this. On our first like tape that we put out, there was a version of one of the songs with our singer doing it, and then a version of me doing it, and they were both were on the tape. And now in retrospect, I'm like, why did I do that or make the band do that? It seems like a real weird sort of, I
It's
don't know.
that
It feels like ego tripping now to me, like in
it's that
retrospect.
that power struggle when everybody says I can be a lead singer too.
Yeah, apparently. I guess I was like trying to prove something, prove that I could sing or something.
Right. Well,
Um,
like my first band, Hopscotch, we had a like two songs that one guy was like, "Well, I wrote the main hook, so guess what? I'm singing." We are like, "Fine, whatever, I don't care." But it was like he definitely wanted to be like the singer in a way, but it
right.
was just like we already had one, so what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, when you're kids and like the inner politics like start coming into it and like you don't even you never even had those sort of like conflicts and stuff. It's
Hmm.
I don't know, it's interesting.
Mhm.
Feel it. Feel it. One sec.
So 94, that you guys disbanded a few years later, is that right? Like around 98, and then you reformed another couple of
Yeah.
years later. What
Yeah.
was it? Off and on? What
Yeah, it
tension
was like
between the band? What was going on there?
on again, off again. Really what it came down to was like people had graduated high school and then some people, I think rightly so, we're looking at the rest of their lives and being like, I gotta go to college,
Mhm.
like being in a ska band is fun, but actually like I need to start preparing for my adult life. Uh, and so we broke up in 98. Um, and then by 2000, only a couple of years later, had just kind of found ourselves. It was actually interesting too, because I think the band kind of grew in our absence. And we were never like huge or anything, but there was just excitement from people who never got to see us when we were active before, that were kind of like telling us, you should come back. And uh, two two of those two groups of those people were Less Than Jake and Newfound Glory. And so basically John Janik from Fuel by Ramen was like, hey, if you guys, restart the band, you can go on tour with Less Than Jake and Newfound Glory. And it was like,
No
okay,
brainer.
yeah, like sounds good. And I had wanted to keep doing the whole thing the whole time. Like other people were maybe college bound. I was not, and so I was super stoked to have the band reform and be able to get back out on the road.
That's cool. Yeah, I think the it's funny because like there is that like when you're not necessarily even on a hiatus, but like when you're out of town, like the Hippos, it was funny. Like we were big enough in LA, but
Mhm.
nobody like really went off at the shows. It was like, cool, yeah, you guys are good. And then like we left town to do like our big US tour, and like we were out of town for like 3 or 4 months, and it was like, oh, we were craving you. And came back, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, we care more now. So, there's the
Absence
absence
makes the
of
heart grow fonder, right?
exactly. You know it. Yeah, I get it.
And then John, I guess John made so many good decisions when he kind of took over Fueled by Ramen that he's now the CEO of Interscope.
Yeah,
I mean, what an
the animal.
incredible meteoric rise and incredible story. I mean, I definitely would not have guessed back then. And it's easy in hindsight though to look back and like honestly, John's one of the smartest and most honest people that I've encountered in the music industry. And so it makes sense. Like people liked working with him and trusted him for good reason. It's just, imagining that then sort of catapulting you into that realm is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think.
remember. I remember the first time on the first Hippos tour in '97 when we pulled into to Gainesville. You're going to say that, and
Yeah, I
we
was going to tell that
opened,
story.
yeah, opened the van door, and there's little young John Janet with his backpack on that jumps in the van and goes with us. Yeah, that's what
But
I remember.
he was already like the way more responsible one of all of us. We're
Yeah,
like we're like, dude,
sure.
he's like so business like he was cool, but like getting into a eight passenger van with 10 guys and equipment, we didn't even have a trailer. and somehow he was like okay with this. So
Yeah.
like we made it. I think we did like the Florida run, and
Mhm.
I was just impressed with him that he actually like braved that whole thing. I was like, dude, that guy's a G.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought we did have that trailer. It was that greenish or brownish
I
trailer.
We had everything in the car that tour. I don't know if we had the. I think that was the first tour ever. I don't think we had the green trailer yet.
Yeah, I remember because I sold that one to what's his name? Nick from
I remember the
remember
trailer. Yeah,
Slappy? Remember Slappy?
yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
Nick Glory. And
I
what
Well,
do
was the
have
either
name?
way,
beef with
we had a bunch of stuff in there, and I don't know why. Then we had
Yeah,
a
I have
trailer.
beef with you guys though. I just have to say really quick because I like to say that the Impossibles were the first band with a full length on Fueled by Ramen Records. And I always have to asterisk it and say we were the first band that was only on Fueled by Ramen Records because the Hippos were
Yeah,
first with
there you
the
go.
co-release from with Stiff Dog. So,
Yeah,
you
it was
know,
originally Stiff Dogs, but
you
then
guys are messing me up.
yeah.
you had all the glory, and then you.
Now,
That's
Rory,
awesome.
I did want to put this out there. I wanted to give my condolences and your other bandmates for your original drummer Pat that passed what about 10 years ago or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2015, I think.
yeah,
Wow.
that must have been pretty difficult.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? Pat, he was a wonderful guy. Uh, miss him. I wish he was still around. He definitely had some hard times. Things weren't always good between us, but um, yeah, it's weird to be in a band like the Impossibles, that are really kind of poppy, silly. I mean, like we're wearing uniforms and stuff. We're not the Aquabats or anything, or not quite the Aquabats, but to be a band like that and still suffer a tragedy like losing a member like that. And it can
Mhm.
just shows it can happen to anyone. And yeah, rest in peace,
Yeah,
Pat Elliott.
yeah. Sorry about that. For you guys with your uniforms, you guys got nothing on the Goodwin Club, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Have you been? I don't know if you follow the Goodwin Club. I haven't been. I'm a really bad social media poster.
Uh-huh.
So like, a lot of our awesome outfits go unseen if you don't know the other people in the band. So yeah, we do something a little nutty every single show, and it's always different. We never do the
Oh my
same
God.
place. So that's where it
That
gets.
sounds like so much effort, Rich.
So,
That is so far beyond what I can pull off.
at this point, we have like I want to say 30 outfits. So like, why don't we start recycling a little bit? You know,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rich
we
Rich
were
usually wears the
well,
hottest one, the hottest outfit.
we were. Oh, I always do.
How appropriate.
I'm always a stupid one to be like, oh yeah, a ghillie suit will be good on stage. Why not?
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
saw you. I remember that one. That was a Toxic Toast, wasn't it? That you wore that one?
Yeah, no, that was at your show.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Like everybody was doing post-apocalyptic like
Oh
Mad
yeah,
Max, and I couldn't
like
find
Mad
anything
Max
that I
and
liked. And I'm like, well, post-apocalyptic, I'm just going on my own rogue. And I just
yeah.
did a ghillie suit. I'm like, yeah, it made it like 40 degrees hotter. That was fun. But yeah, like when we did the Care Bears, full onesies, like furry. Like they're not
Shit.
they're not even like thin. They were like full and like we're playing. I don't know if you ever played the Glass House in Pomona.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the lights are right on you. And
Right.
I was like, ooh, and there was one air conditioner and it was on that side of the stage, and I went, I'm just screwed.
You were just steaming.
I'm too old for this.
Well, you
Fully
did have to
steamed
compete
rich.
with the Aquabats on the
Yeah,
costume.
well, I mean like the Aquabats were on the show, so I mean, how can we not go big?
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Yeah.
Did GoGo 13 dress up too? I don't remember on that one.
They're just like classy. They don't
Oh,
dress up. They're
yeah, they
like
got
they
the
just
nice
dress up
suits
in
and
their
stuff.
like actual ska stuff, and you're like,
Yeah,
respect.
That reminds me, like I saw the Get Up Kids in At the Drive-In in Minneapolis on Halloween, and the Get Up Kids all wore Halloween costumes on stage, and At the
Nice.
Drive-In did not. I was like, why didn't you guys dress up? They were like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
come
really
on.
us.
Come on. I totally get it. Yeah, some bands like they're like, yeah, we're doing business, and then there's a Goodman Club.
Now, is it true, Rory, that the band broke up because of a lot of fans' displeasure with you guys dropping the ska riffs?
No.
Okay. I don't know. There's all kinds of weird stuff out there on the internet when I do
No
research.
one cared. In 2000, I guess we ended it in 2002, but even getting towards the end of 2001, uh, it was we had we had that initial bump of like want to go on tour with Less Than Jake and Newfound Glory and be like, yeah, getting out there, and then we did it for a while, and it was still good, but it was the initial excitement sort of like waned after a little bit. We did stop playing. We stopped doing ska, or for the most part, like we like, which to my great shame. Like if you want to hear me like mea culpa for dropping ska, my whole In Defense of Ska podcast episode is basically like me begging forgiveness, and ultimately I came back around and realized like how dumb that was. But at the time in 2001, it was so passe to be in a ska band at that point. Like it was just like it's over, dude. And I considered myself like an artist and a musician, and so I was like, oh, I can evolve the sound, and this will, and and we did, and we did a record that basically had no ska on it, and then we like stopped wearing the uniforms. And in my opinion, we kind of like lost the things that kind of made us special. Like we had established this sound in the beginning that no one, like in my opinion, like no other band sounds
Yeah,
like it,
yeah,
and
100%,
maybe no
100%.
other band wants to, I don't know. But we kind of got away from that and got into a place that was just maybe a little bit more run of the mill. But no, like we didn't stop because people were like upset with us for doing that. We stopped just because, I mean, there were like personal reasons kind of like happening. And then, I mean, if you really wanted me to throw a bummer out there, we were on tour during 9/11. So it's like,
Wow.
and that was
Yeah.
really like, that was a weird, kind of moment, similar to talking about, uh, our drummer passing. It's like this like huge tragedy, and you're like playing, trying to play this like yeah.
Right.
um and so I think from that happening and being on the road when that happened, and everything just feeling like crazy and like not knowing where the world was going to go, and then sort of feeling like maybe we wanted to be able to continue to evolve, but maybe even beyond a place where it would even make sense to call it the Impossibles. We eventually uh, broke up again in 2002 and played our last show.
So
Our last show.
did you continue the tour? Were you actually on tour when it happened?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We were lucky. 9/11 was a day off,
Okay.
but we did have a show the next day. So
Right.
9/12/2001.
Oh gosh.
There were
What do
there
you
are
say
some
on
people
stage?
there are some people out there who in Iowa who who went to an Impossible show the day after 9/11.
Right. Things are going crazy,
And
but I
yeah,
gotta see the impossible to say that.
yeah, we did say something on stage. I know we did,
Of course.
like
Yeah,
just
how do you
like,
not?
hey, thank you for being here. We know everything is crazy.
Yeah.
But there was that initial, we were on tour with Recover, and I remember like, a couple hours into or a few hours into the day as we're like driving towards Iowa, people being like, "Hey, gas is going to go up to like $7 a gallon. I don't know if we can, you know."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Logistics.
so yeah, yeah. So it was, yeah. Uh, that was that was a weird time.
Mm.
I think about it a lot, but I don't talk about it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
We happened to be at home when that happened,
yeah, yeah,
like between stuff, and like it's very rare that like in that year that we were like off.
yeah.
So I can't imagine what it
Lucky
would be
you.
like. But yeah, yeah. I can imagine what it'd be like, okay, well, let's pick the whole country up after that and we play some shows now.
Pick it up here, up, up.
Wow. Yeah. There's some ironic stuff going on there.
Now,
And
Rory, you mentioned in defense of ska, and I almost forgot, but you reminded me. Adam Davis wanted me to say to me to tell you he said hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't say tell Rory he needs to be straight edge and that he doesn't do enough burpees or anything. No, I love Adam. He's a super sweetheart and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about you
great guy.
guys. I had him on last night.
Cool.
oh, nice.
Now tell us about the formation of your band.
Well, we talked a little bit about the Fat Girls,
Mhm.
and that band basically came out of me going to an alternative high school for at-risk youth, like kids who were at risk of dropping out. For me, it was like attendance issues. I just yeah, just ran into my problems there, but I met Brian Tweedy, who was the singer for the Fat Girls, and the brother of Craig Tweedy, who became our bass player and who would subsequently be the bass player for the Impossibles as well. But yeah, it was basically like me, Brian Tweedy, like three or four punks, like six skaters, and then like 80 pregnant teenage girls, like this alternative school, which yeah, fond memories. It was actually very, very cool. But Brian also he introduced me to Operation Ivy and Green Day, and that was such a paradigm shift for me going from being a music fan and loving Nirvana or whatever, and then seeing bands where it actually seemed like attainable, like it seemed like, oh, this is something that maybe even I could do it, it's possible, no pun intended. And so we started the Fat Girls as a band. Brian had always wanted to sing, and I had started playing, learning how to play guitar like a year earlier, and it was very sort of like a talent show style band. But we did, we played some garages, birthday parties, and stuff like that. Uh, and as we started kind of getting into it, it was like, Craig was just blowing my mind because
Good.
I could technically play guitar, but like he was really into it. He was a big like Cliff Burton head.
Nice.
And so he had that like I love Cliff Burton shredding on bass, but then we introduced him to Operation Ivy, and he heard Matt Freeman, and he was like, "Oh, okay, like right now I can really, just like just completely be going off the entire time that the music is playing." Um, and so the Fat Girls, there was kind of just some tension around like what to do and where to go, and I like had this sort of like concept of um again like maybe doing like the uniform stuff, and I lived in this one bedroom apartment where the only channel that would come through, if you plug the TV into the coaxial cable, even if you weren't subscribed to cable, you could get Cartoon Network, and that was it. And
Nice.
so at like 2 o'clock in the morning on Cartoon Network, they would show this cartoon called The Impossibles, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. Like no one else is ever going to hear about this. It's like the internet hadn't really happened yet. And so it's like, oh, this is great. I can steal this band name from the 60s of this cartoon band called The Impossibles. Um, and so yeah, and so we started trying to figure out, what to do next. Got Gabe. Gabe was playing bass in a hardcore band, and but he had a lot of the same sort of like he was also into Weezer, and then he was really into Bad Religion,
Mm.
which kind of like bridged the gap of sort of like punk but harmonies. And so he was like was totally into vocal harmony stuff, and that's what kind of like brought it together. Like obviously I was champing at the bit to be a singer if I'm like putting on our first tape me singing the song in addition to our actual singer singing the song. And so us kind of coming together and having like a two singer band, which I was also super into just because really loving like Fugazi and that sort of like concept. Um, yeah, and so we started playing it. Our very first show, Gabe didn't play guitar. We tried to do it kind of like, the Fat Girls but Gabe. But we pretty quickly realized that like it made more sense for him to play guitar too, and then the band kind of completely formed after that.
Is the so I mean, obviously, like the harmony of like everybody doing their thing. It was pivotal to what you guys did.
For sure.
The two man like back and forth. Um, but your chord structures were always just like the ooh, let's try something different. Was that like was that just like ooh, we want to do something different, or was there somebody that influenced you to go like ooh, there's something I really like about this band, like that you pulled in? That was one of my questions anyway.
Yeah, man, Rich, it means so much to me that you even noticed that.
Oh, dude,
but,
it was so
but
cool. Like like me be like I studied music. Like I was
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
jazz camps and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
I was in the highest theory classes, and I'm hearing you guys and going like, dude, this is like actually so like they're doing stuff that nobody does. I loved it.
So
Where
you
did
know what
that?
it was?
Yeah.
It was that I was obsessed with the Cars song "Just What I Needed,"
Hmm.
and you know that song, that part in "Just What I Needed" where the synth hits the out of key note.
Uh-huh.
So it goes like na 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 na, and
Right?
it's
Yeah.
like all of a sudden
It goes to like the
you're
major on the minor chord. You're like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it does that sort of shift that made the hair stand up on the back of my neck,
yeah,
and I just loved it. And so when I started writing, I was going for that. I was like, what's the chord that I could go to here that makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck?
that's cool.
And yeah, and so we had just insane chord progressions, and I was also like I kind of coming out of grunge and stuff too. Like
Yeah,
there were like grunge bands kind of trying to do that sort of thing as well.
I can see that. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and so I think all of that kind of like influenced the chord progression stuff. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like if the Impossible song Eight Ball, like if you play through it,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like every single note in the chromatic scale.
Yeah, right.
There's like I don't know what key the song is in. It's in all of the keys.
Yeah, I actually what was it called here? The long way from long time since
Uh-huh.
show
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
morning just to be like, yo, I need to like, brush up and like literally
Refresh.
I was like, gosh, like every song's amazing and every song had something challenging and I'm like, dude, you're just like you had such good out of the box ideas that I loved.
Oh man. Well, thank you. That
Yeah.
means a ton.
You have no idea like how many like if you had the Hippos van on like streaming. We have a lot of screens, dude. We played that first record like over and over and over. We're like, dude, they're just like they're so just creative with it.
Well, same man. I mean, obviously,
Oh,
Forget the World was all over our van.
thanks, man. Yeah. It was a cool time, just like, actually being out with people that you like, oh dude, I really love this about you. I respect this. Like it was a I mean, we were so young to kind of go like where are these people getting their ideas from?
Hmm.
And like the influences and where everything came from. Like that was the coolest part. And you guys like literally when Daryl asked me to do this with him, I'm like, it couldn't be a better band. Like this was just like
Oh.
the one that absolutely I still have the shirt. The OG blue and yellow one.
Nice. I
Um,
Yeah, I
but
think
yeah, but
we're
like there was so much respect that we had for you guys just because you were just so much like you were out of the box thinking while we were like, yeah, man, let's write some cool songs.
Wow. Well, thank you. I think we were a little bit of a band's band, not maybe not exclusively,
Mm,
but that was one of the nice things was like, connecting with the guys in Less Than Jake and stuff and them being
mhm.
like real big boosters for us.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I feel like maybe that's part of it was the like kind of doing the irreverent stuff, kind of spoke to other folks kind of making similar sort of
Yeah.
musical
But
choices.
but I think kids, got it too, because I mean, watching that the reunion show, like you guys,
Mhm.
like that crowd was just wild.
It was insane. And I
So
can't
cool.
believe that was 14 years ago now,
Right?
which is
Right?
just like, oh my gosh, like where does the time go? How is it even possible? I don't get it.
Well, I knew you were coming back to do you want to announce this? I mean, everybody knows, right?
Supernova?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's yeah, yeah, yeah.
We could talk about
That's
this, right?
that one's out. That's out in the wild. That's
Yeah.
a fully announced show. Yeah, yeah. Coming back to do that, and honestly, like really interested to see what that's going to be like because our last show in 2002 was in Austin. Our
Mhm.
reunion show in 2012 was in Austin.
Awesome.
Like
Yeah.
we haven't tried going outside of Texas in well over 25 years. So it's like
Well, right now
hopefully it'll
you
be cool.
better have a shitload of merch ready to sell because those everyone goes wild there and they buy everything. Let me tell
Uh,
you.
okay, I'll quote you on that.
No, I'm serious. I've been a few times already. I just went last year. It
Yeah.
was yeah.
I'm super excited for it. I have not been able to go, but I have seen some of the videos from the shows and it looks amazing. And yeah, just very really thankful to Tim and that organization for asking us to come out, and then also super thankful to Gabe and Craig for being down to do it. It's like it hasn't all the stars have not always aligned for us over the years. Like there have been other potential opportunities and things where we just couldn't make it all make sense. And this time, thankfully, we were able to. So I'm excited for it.
Mhm. Yeah, that's awesome. Rich's studio right there is where some of the Forget the World horns were recorded.
Sweet,
Very true. Very true.
nice.
This is yeah, my dad actually uh built this studio in 1989.
Holy moly, that's
So
awesome.
I was like 11 years, like 10 or 11 coming in here and like watching all these people recording and just going like the possibilities.
Did you have like a 2-inch machine or did you guys
Oh
do
yeah.
it like
Oh yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, like we had two 2 inches, a half inch for mastering. We
Oh
actually
my
just we
God.
actually just sold the half inch for mastering because it was just like, look, we're not gonna do that anymore. So,
Wow.
but yeah,
Man,
I've been working out here for forever. Like
must be nice. I have to say that the Impossibles, we had to rent our tape for our first full length, and so it is gone forever.
so it's been gone over a few
Yeah.
times since.
Yeah. We rented
Wow.
tape.
Yeah. Well, I remember the Hippo's delivery of Heads Are Gonna Roll to Interscope. And
Mhm.
we literally had two, like what do they call them, like the wheel, like the two wheelers, like full of tape.
Oh
Oh,
my
Probably
gosh.
like 18 tapes and like 10 tapes on the other one. It was like, all right, here we go, because we had so much instrumentation. We were
Uh-huh.
running we were running two at the same time for a lot of stuff that we did.
Oh
So
my God.
it was gnarly. So yeah, I mean, like the actual logistics of recording back then were pretty ridiculous. I get it.
Right?
I get it.
These kids today don't know how easy they have it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, it's all just there. You can send it over MP3. Oh my goodness. Dot wave. Oh my, now we're talking.
Mhm.
oh yeah. Back then it fell a lot on the engineer too.
Oh, you did.
No,
That's
no,
true.
it did because you guys had to record with Brian Foxworthy. I remember
Yeah, well, dude, yeah. He was great. He was great.
he was
But
great. He was
like
just wild as
The
fuck.
you might
he
be
was
a
just wild.
redneck.
Rest in peace. What's that?
The You Might Be a Redneck guy?
No, no, that's Jeff
If you're
Foxworthy.
recording the hippos
Here we
on
go.
2-inch tape,
You might
you
be.
might be a redneck.
No,
Sorry.
we recorded in the Beastie Boys studio, and they never figured that out. So that was
Yeah,
cool.
Wow.
we did it all
Sick.
after hours
After hours, it was like
because
sometimes it would be coming up to like 6:30 or 7 in the morning. They're like, people are gonna be here now. We gotta get
and
out.
we used to always go into their
Amazing.
lockers and they look at their shoes and all the different things. They had a
Like their
cool
shell toe Adidas.
they
Yeah,
had that
right?
cool basketball court too.
Like these.
Remember? They had the half basketball court inside there with the different recording
Yeah,
rooms.
it was epic.
Sick.
Yeah, that was a
We,
cool fucking
we
place, man.
did okay, so the um Operation Ivy tribute album that was put out.
Yep.
I can't remember who did it.
It was Glue Factory.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was. I forgot his name.
So it was rad. So we went back into there and we actually used Mixmaster Mike's tables to do it, to do our scratching.
Sick.
Like, dude, we can't ever say that we did that or else we'll be in trouble. I don't think they care now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's right.
Oh my god. Now, Rory, the full length releases that we know about, the self-titled in '97, the anthology in '99, Return in 2000, and then the one that Rich mentioned, Long Way From, Long Time Since, was a live album in 2013. I know Rich mentioned something about maybe some possible music that you guys are looking into doing. Are you guys planning on doing something this year, getting some new music in the studio?
Uh, I don't know if Rich is trying to plant the seeds of of hope there, but
Come to LA. What are we doing here?
He's
no,
inviting you to a studio.
we have no. Yeah, there you go. No, not yet. And which isn't to say that we wouldn't. I mean, basically, what happened last time is we in 2012, we did the a reunion 10 years after we broke up before, and then out of that did a 2-song 7-inch in 2013 called Comeback, with a song called The Position as the B-side. And that so something similar could happen here, where like we get back together to reunite to do some shows, and it sparks the desire to do some more music. But no designs on anything like that right now. What you might have been thinking of, Rich, or if you maybe saw like any pictures on social media or anything, Slow Reader, the other band that me and Gabe, the band
Yeah.
that me and Gabe
Yeah.
put an album out with
Yeah.
after the Impossibles like really broke up. That we're working on a second record of that. So Slow Reader LP2 is actively in the works and not too far away from being done. So that's where the current new music efforts are going.
Love it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You're just playing the hits at Supernova.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to spring any news, come out and try and play a set of all new stuff.
Like, ooh, guess what we've been up to? We're like, oh man, nobody wants to hear the new stuff.
Right? Yeah.
The
I don't even know if we'll do the
non-stop
7-inch songs. Who knows? We'll see.
That's dope.
Now let's talk about your band's sound. Can you describe how you feel the sound is to the rest of us?
Yeah, well, I think I pretty much said it earlier, but I think the sort of like elevator pitch has become, it is Weezer meets Operation Ivy, and I think that makes a ton of sense to me. I mean, Weezer is sort of like shorthand for all of the power pop, alternative rock stuff that we loved back then. But Weezer was definitely a big part of that. And then Operation Ivy was really like, they were like the one for us. I kind of became educated about ska music like after starting a ska band and being in the ska scene and stuff like that. There was a band from Austin called Gals Panic that we were huge fans of.
Germ,
Yes.
Jeremy.
Shout out to Germ. But and they were like a similar sort of vibe, like kind of like very stripped down version of the ska punk thing. but yeah, I think that really sort of those were the seeds of what became the Impossibles. And then, you get further into it and you like Rich said, you've got the sort of weird chord progression elements to it, the big harmonized vocal chorus parts. Um, Something that someone pointed out to me recently that I never really clocked, but like this like syncopated like jun 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 jun, like having that be like the chorus. Like I never really thought of that as being like an impossible thing, and I don't know where that sort of thing came from, but invariably these days, if someone sends me a band and they're like, "Hey, this band sounds just like the Impossibles," like that'll be what they're doing. And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, it does kind of sound like Leave No Man Behind, the Impossible song."
Cool.
Um, but yeah, so I took a short answer and made it long-winded, but I
Where,
think,
where, I
yeah,
mean, where,
sorry.
where was your personal vocal, style come from? Because like, I mean, kind of Fugazi, but like, it's not really Operation Ivy. I mean, it kind of is. I don't know. Like, what was your influence like? From your vocal style?
Yeah, I mean, especially on the first album, I think Fat Mike was a really big influence as well. Like
Yeah,
that sort of like trying to bring the snottiness,
yeah,
into it.
and
Uh,
the cool chords as well. Actually, that's a good reference for that too, because they always
yeah,
pull in the obscure. Like, ooh, didn't you see that coming? That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. No effects were great at that
Mhm.
that that part of it, and maybe that's where we kind of got some of the syncopated accent stuff from too. Now that you mentioned them, um, yeah, I think that was, and like Billy Joe from Green Day, I think as well was sort of like aspirationally what I was kind of drawn to at that point. But being like my first love was Nirvana, and so being a big Nirvana head, I wanted to have that sort of scream singy sort of thing.
Yeah,
And then I think learning about No Effects and Green Day and sort of like getting a little bit taking it from the grunge side to more of the sort of pop punk side. I think that's kind of where I was at when we put out that first record.
yeah. I think you had more like grit on your voice than I even remembered,
Yeah,
and I was like,
I was trying like as hard as
no,
I
it was
could.
good. I
Grit
was
it
I was
up.
just like, yeah. I mean, like, it like for me back in the Hippos days, like I didn't even know I had that in me. Like I was like, oh no, I'm like the low harmony, like, chill guy. And then all of a sudden, like, when I'm doing bands later, I'm like, oh, I found out my range is like an octave above where I thought it was. It's so crazy, and like in screams. So like,
Yeah.
it's funny how like it took me that long to evolve, but like you got it right from the beginning. Kudos.
And what I think really helped us as a band was that I was doing that, and then Gabe has this voice that's almost like a horn or a horn
Yeah.
instrument. Like his voice doesn't really break up. Like even if he is being pretty aggressive and loud, it still just has this like
He's like
timbre to it that
a
is
French
like,
horn. He's
yeah.
like he's like in this beautiful mid range of just like, yeah, we're it's pure. It's pure.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
good. Yeah, so you had the yo, I'm going crazy guy on the side.
Right. Yes. Yeah,
Either
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's like loud singy or screamy, like that was yours. That's cool.
Yeah, it's like if you took all of the style and coolness away from Fugazi, then it was kind of like I was like the Gi and he was like the Ian, like he just had the more sort of like steady vocal style, and I was trying to be a little bit more raw and torn up.
Drive it up. Yeah, for sure. Love it.
Now, some of the bands, like from back in the day, 90s, a little after that, with the whole power pop kind of sound, um, Siren Six, I don't know if you guys, I know
Oh
Rich,
yeah,
Mhm.
sure,
Oh
Siren
yeah.
Six was sort of like that. The Hippos played with a band called Nerf Herder a couple times.
Yep.
sure.
They were more like that. The You played on Missile Command's second album, which is pretty much that same power
Yeah.
pop type of thing because it was different than the cassette tape, and it was different, in my opinion, than the Gallus Panic stuff.
Right. Yeah, no, that Missile Command record is great. Germ is such a great songwriter. And yeah, like going out to LA with him to I recorded bass on that
Mhm.
album, and that's always fun. You know, when you're a guitarist and a singer for a band, I think you kind of, or I don't know, maybe not everyone thinks this way, but I really romanticize playing bass and like the idea of like getting in there and being able to do that part of it. But yeah, I don't even know if that record is available for streaming, but if it is,
It,
people should check it out.
the one
I
with
was
the
just gonna
cactus
say,
in the
is it
back.
available?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
That's the
it's
one
a
with Germ and the
Germ holding
cactus.
his teddy bear in front of the cactus.
That's right. Now, did you tour with Missile Command at all?
No,
No.
the
Okay.
only
Because
thing I did with Missile Command was driving out to LA with Germ to house sit for Laura Keitlinger, who's a comedian who at the time was dating Jack Black and had a giant, like 4 foot by 4 foot picture of Jack Black at like 8 years old. Because he was like a kid actor and stuff. So it was like a
Whoa.
4 foot by 4 foot photograph of Jack Black in some like baseball movie as a kid.
he was in X
Uh,
Files too.
no,
Yeah.
I did not know this.
He got
With
all
Giovanni
over.
Ribisi.
Giovanni. Nice.
So yeah, the reason why I was asking you is because I booked Missile Command back in like '96 or something in San Pedro at Sacred Grounds.
Was that when we played with the hippos?
No, no, you
Okay.
played no the because I remember
Slow Gherkin?
yes, Slow
Okay.
Gherkin
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Melting Pot.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
We
I think
did
I was
play with
there.
the hippos though. I remember playing with y'all in some big room. I
Yeah,
can't
we're.
tell you where.
I mean, I don't know which venue it was. I remember you guys came out.
The
I
Abyss.
think I was at that show. The what was it?
Slow Gherkin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were awesome too. Good show.
Yeah, the thing I remember about that show is I wore like a polo with a tie.
This is like was this pre Get Up, pre Impossible's Get Up?
No, no. Missile Command was it
Oh,
was
okay. Oh, this yeah, Missile Command. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
and it was one of the attempts for me because the Impossibles broke up, and then I had a bunch of false starts just trying
Mhm.
to I was in an emo band with two of the guys from the Austin band Mineral who were like big in the emo scene. I was in a band called The Stereo with Jamie from Animal Chin,
Yeah. Yeah.
another
Animal Chin.
ska punk band.
The
Yeah.
Hippos played with them in Georgetown.
Yeah.
Oh,
We,
Yeah, remember
cool.
that?
dude, their
With the
drummer was
Decepticons.
yeah, their drummer was dope. I can't remember what his name was, but then he was.
They
Wait,
had a couple of dope drummers.
Yeah.
did they? Yeah, he was bomb.
Yeah.
I didn't mean
Um,
to cut you off. I'm sorry.
no, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Me?
Rory.
Was I still talking?
Yeah, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was just false starts. I think I reached the end of the list. It was like I
Okay.
basically well, and then Missile Command was like in the mix there as well. But that, like I said, that just ended up being me going on one trip and laying down the base uh for that album.
Now, your area of Texas, all around there, a
Sure.
lot of bands were pretty tight around then. You had Los Carnales, which is still playing,
From Houston.
Slap Happy, which turned into Supermarket All Stars.
hmm
Oh,
Your
Chris
buddy,
Seymour.
your buddy's Dynamite Boy,
Sure.
the Grown Ups, of
hmm
course.
Love the
Um,
grown-ups.
and then you formed,
Love the grown-ups.
but yeah, I still have that old 10-inch record of
Uh-huh.
theirs with I think it's Cantina Ska. It has that Star Wars ska song on it.
Uh-huh.
oh snap! Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, remember that one?
Yeah.
But then you formed another band with Jern and Jamie Wolford from Animal Chin, right? Or am I wrong?
Okay, I think I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah,
It
go ahead.
was it was called Go Kappa. We played one show, and it was me, Germ from Gallus Panic, Jeremy Tapero, who was the drummer for Animal Chin, and the bass player was from Ska Voovie and the
Oh,
Epitones.
yeah.
I cannot remember the guy's name. I feel bad. But we only ever played one show, and that was basically like a proto version of the stereo. Like the songs that we played at that one show, and we played with Ultimate Fake Book in Denver.
Mhm.
The songs that we played at that show ended up on the stereo record. So that was kind of like uh, the other power pop false start in that little window.
Mhm. So, who are your favorite bands to play with, or in the past?
Sure. Love playing with the hippos. I have to say that, not just because Rich is here,
That's awesome. Thank you.
but
Thank you.
Mullets Across America, forever, baby.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
uh,
Absolutely.
the other one that just immediately jumps to mind is MU330. Like those guys were
Dude, so good.
huge mentors for us, and Dan Pothast, you know.
You
What,
guys, you guys had like a little thing that was a little similar. It's interesting.
yeah, yeah. I think what MU330 had that always kind of like I could never have done it, but I always really loved it was they had like an Elvis Costello sort of thing going on.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really uh I just love that about Dan's songwriting. I was gonna say about Dan, everybody loves Dan so much. I remember one time going up to Jeff Rosenstock when Dan was in his band and being like, "Don't you love Dan so much?" He's like, "Yeah, he's all right." He's like sick of people telling him
I,
how amazing Dan Pothast
I hear
was.
this 15 times a day.
Yeah,
Yeah, great,
seriously. It's
whatever.
like, what am I, chopped liver? I'm fucking Jeff Rosenstock. Like, what do you want from me? But yeah, so MB330 would definitely be high up on that list. Ultimate Fake Book, who I just mentioned a little bit ago, were like huge friends of ours, and we did several different tours with them. Um, yeah, I'm sure I'm forgetting about people just because it's late here in Texas.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
lots of
like
road friends.
following that up, like, you guys were out a bunch of times. Do you remember, like, is there one moment where you were like, "Oh my gosh, this is my tour story I need to tell"?
uh, it's funny because I used to get put on the spot by people doing zine interviews.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
that would be the question. It'd be like, "What's your craziest tour story?" And
yeah.
I would always kind of
I always get
squirm,
asked that too, and I'm like, I got one, but I gotta
but I'm not
see.
telling you.
I gotta see what you have to say.
No, no. I need a good one because what happened after I got put on the spot so many times is I was like, you know what? Okay, this one thing happened that I think is really crazy and funny, and so I'm going to start using that, and I'm going to tell people that's my crazy tour story. And then I told it a couple of times, and it really just like did not go over at all, and
It wasn't the wasn't
people were
the
not into it at all.
wasn't what people
It's,
wanted to
okay,
hear.
all right, check this out. No, it's not a great story, and I think I realized I'm not like a super great storyteller either. But basically, we were driving at like 2 o'clock in the morning through Arkansas one night, and we passed the school bus full of bees. Like it
Whoa,
was like it had like hives inside or something, and so there were just like bees all over the windows. Like the weirdest
that's
thing,
bizarre.
yeah, very bizarre. Uh, and then like 10 miles later or something, we saw a sign that said "Be alert," and you've probably seen those signs,
Uh-huh.
Rich, right? But
Yeah, 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 yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's like a picture of a cartoon bee, and it's like "Be alert," and it's like it's because it's like construction, and they want you to be alert. They want you to be watching out.
They
But I
do.
saw that, and I was like, guys, everybody, there's a bee alert! Like I just saw this. I saw this school bus full of bees,
It was
and
meant
now
to be.
dude,
Wait, that's a bee.
bees are coming, man. Uh, anyway, that's my crazy tour story. I'm sure there's probably better ones out
No,
there,
it's
but
great. Yeah, you guys were out for long enough that, like, you've lived, so I get it.
I
That's
was
awesome.
trying to find one of those flyers for the Mullets Across America. This is the only one that I could find so far. Oh, I guess
Oh
Oh,
shit. Yeah.
wait, scoot it back real quick. What was it?
It's text based. I can
Oh,
tell you
that's
that.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Wait,
Cousin Oliver, the
wait.
hippos, the superflies.
Oh, dude, yes, for sure.
I don't know how to do it there.
Awesome.
Yeah. Most
Wait,
across America. Club Z
Cousin
in
Oliver.
Orlando.
yeah, dude, were you guys on the it was the Mullets Across America like theme song sort of thing that we did like for the Christmas thing. You probably
No.
won't
Oh
because
yeah,
it was
it's
probably done in
the thing that
LA.
Stephanie and Richard did.
Yeah, yeah, it was on
It was I have the CD still.
Christmas Gone Wrong.
Yes, that's it.
what
We
That
it
were
was
was
it.
on Christmas Gone Wrong. We did White Christmas.
That's
but
right.
you probably yeah, I think we recorded it in LA so you guys weren't actually like we just got a bunch of us to like actually like contribute like in one studio one day. I couldn't remember
Mhm.
if you guys were like in town or anything on that. But yeah, you were on it, right?
On on Christmas Gone
On the
Wrong.
comp. Yeah.
Yeah. We were for sure. And I still need to figure out a way to get that cover on streaming because I like that cover. Uh
Yeah.
and
I mean
it's not out there.
I mean the song I'm talking about is on streaming, so it might be out there now. Because
Like the whole comp.
I don't know, like if that song is because I figure if they put one on, they put them all on. I don't know.
I don't know.
You go, we'll check it out. Inquiring minds want to know.
So back in the day when Impossibles were in full motion, what challenges did your band face during that time?
Uh Financial, spiritual, emotional. uh I mean, there was stuff like hitting a deer on tour. And so, like that's a minor crisis. I think some of the biggest challenges were just everybody trying to live their own lives and also be wrangled into this sort of like nebulous thing that is the Impossibles as a band. Um, but yeah, I think that was the thing that ultimately like kind of broke us up was just sort of like contending with real life setting in and the expectations and I think in some ways not not kind of knowing what you have as well, and but it's impossible. God, it's impossible to know. Um, uh, uh, it's you can't really have the foresight to understand that in the moment, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm. For sure.
Now, a lot of ska punk bands that you played with back in the 90s that I guess we'll see if they're still around. One, the Hippos, not around, unfortunately.
Whatever happened to those guys?
I don't know, man. They were pretty cool, I
They
think.
all went their own separate ways and did amazing things.
It's
Yeah,
true.
like, everybody, it's crazy.
I tell people stories sometimes about what happened to the hippos. Like one of my
I mean,
favorite party conversations.
it's pretty bizarre that like everybody is still ended up in the music industry.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
wild.
yeah.
It's amazing and
There's
awesome.
there was a cat bite video. There's a band called Catbite from out in Philly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
and
Familiar.
they had a video where they were I don't know who they were covering some band, and they opened. It was like this little girl came home and she saw her dad dancing the ska and going, "What the hell?" And so he came and he took her to the garage and he showed her. He opened this drawer, and right there on the top was the Hippos "Forget the World."
Sick.
That's
It was
There
pretty
awesome.
you go.
crazy. It's like, wow, they they know their
Yeah.
kind of forefathers pretty much,
I saw them at the Glass House. They were really good. They
Yeah.
were that
Yeah.
cool people too. Like I got to talk to them for a while, and they were like, "Dude, this is so cool." I'm like, I didn't know they were that into it. That's dope.
Oh yeah, they were pretty into it.
That's awesome.
So
Of
you had Less Than Jake, of course, is still playing. I just saw them a few months back.
course.
Mhm.
MU 330, who played a show actually a couple months ago, I think, in Missouri, in where they're from, St. Louis.
I think they
Unfortunately,
have
I
one
know
coming
Ben's
up.
not around.
Isn't that what it is?
Who?
Don't they have a show coming up, MU330? I thought it was like later this month.
Oh, maybe it is. That's what's
Yeah.
happening.
But they are playing St. Louis, yeah.
And they're supposed to be playing Supernova, maybe. Who knows?
Is that a rumor? Man, that would be amazing. I would
I
be
think
so
I heard
stoked.
something about that. I don't. I mean,
You heard it
I'm
here
not. I'm
first,
not. I'm not
folks.
like. I'm not like in the know, but I feel like there was something that I was like. I'm drawing a line to a line here.
Okay. Man, I would love nothing more than to hang out with MU330 on the beach in Florida, in Virginia.
Right.
I'm
Right.
Florida.
And besides that, I've been still trying to, for the last couple of years, I've been trying to get Meal Ticket to get back together for a show too.
That'd be rad. That'd be
Sure.
rad.
Superflies, unfortunately, aren't around anymore. Link 80,
Love those guys.
yeah.
Link 80.
Link
There.
80, Janitors Against Apartheid,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Slapstick,
Oh,
Park of Kings.
Slapstick was one of my favorite bands, like from that whole era. They were just
You
so
you
on
played with
awesome.
them?
I know we did like Chicago, right?
No, you
What?
go play with them in LA. I booked you guys with them.
Okay, so now like I missed out on that. Like I don't remember it.
Like the farewell tour.
No,
I
it's right
remember they were
here.
like touring and they knew that they were going to break up. It was the weirdest thing.
Wait, I can't see
Daryl,
that.
you cannot be showing us flyers. It's just not
It's not,
It's not
dude.
happening.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's
There.
true. Holy, you know what? That's
But
disappointing because
MU330 didn't
I don't.
play. They didn't come down. Lone Raspberry played instead.
Oh, okay, dude. I should have paid more attention at the time because
You
like
know,
I heard, dude.
I try to keep
Like,
all my flyers from the shows I did.
dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I listen to that record still. Like when I'm like, yo,
Look, it's
if you want to hear some like really like awesome, just
yeah,
aggressive, like that, them and the Suicide Machines are my favorites.
yeah.
Like ever, they were just like, come on.
Yep.
I don't know how you reproduce that on a recording
Mhm.
ever. It's just so good. So, but like but those two are yeah.
And you guys played with the Hippos. Played with that show I booked at the Alligator Lounge. It was I think you guys opened actually. You guys opened Meal Ticket, Bucko 9, Less Than Jake, and Suicide Machines
Oh wow.
back in
Pretty darn good
'97.
show.
I think it was.
Pretty
I think it was
darn good
'97
show.
or '98. That was
That's
probably one of my best shows.
that was where the Mullets Across America show was too. The Alligator
Alligator
Lounge.
Lounge?
Was
Yeah.
it?
Nice.
Yeah, and I think we played first there, if I remember right.
Who did it? What did Stephanie and Richard do that show? I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, because they did shows at the Whiskey too. I think they did.
Yeah.
They did a bunch of their drive-through stuff there.
Hmm.
Park of Kings, River Phoenix, also known as
Nice.
Phoenix TX.
Yep.
Mhm.
Rancid, Five Iron Frenzy still playing. Suicide Machine still playing. Millencolin, I think, are they still playing? I don't know if they're still
Yeah,
playing.
they announced some sort of thing that's coming up. I hadn't seen them do anything, but that it's funny because like we got to go to Australia with them when we got kicked off the
Bloodhound Gang tour.
what's that?
Was it the Bloodhound Gang tour?
No, it was the MXPX tour because like we had
You got kicked off an MXPX tour?
well, look, there's
It
Did you
wasn't
take the
the
Lord's
first
name in
because
vain or something, or what did you do?
we had toured with them 3 times already in the US and
Okay.
like I'll just say it, I don't care. So like their crew were like pretty like, Warped Tour bro-ish.
Sure.
They were cool
I can
a
see
lot
that.
of times, but like they were always those dudes that were like, yo, you guys are scrubs, we're better than you.
Hmm.
And like we just kind of got over it by the end of the tour. So on our last song, like the crowd was already like, we want MXPX, and this is like in our hometown. Like it was like a $40 ticket. So none of
Uh,
our fans came. They're like, we'll see you the next time they come through.
yeah.
And so at the very last song, they're like, "Oh, you want MXPX? All right, well, like get us off the stage right." So it said, "Throw anything you want at us, like just like bring it, like literally, like beers flying, like
Oh
clothes
God.
flying, coins
Yikes.
flying. The coins are the one you gotta like actually dodge. Those
Yeah.
are gnarly.
Like shrapnel.
Yeah. But like, like the stage was absolutely trashed. And then we were like going off stage. You're like, you guys are cleaning that up right now. We're like, I. And I think it was like the next day that we found out that we weren't on the MXPX Australia tour, which was booked already. We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then Millencolin, like we asked around, and Millencolin said they'd take us, and that they were like the awesomest, just most chill dudes. So like
Yeah.
it turned out to be awesome,
Hmm.
and that's the time we got to play the I think it was Big Day Out show, because like they were promoting us down there like radio. So
Wow.
it
That's
was really
awesome.
that was a really awesome tour. But that one show, it was at the I mean it's the Avalon now. What was the Avalon called
It
before?
was the Palace.
Palace. Yeah, it was the Palace. And
Oh, the
like
one
that was
with
one of those
Blink.
moments where like we just took it for like 3 tours and we just said screw
Yeah.
it.
It was
We're
time to
done.
burn that bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like the guys at MXPX are great, but like like there was this animosity between crew, and we were just like, you know what? We had 3 tours of this. We're like, if it screws us, it screws us. Let's go.
But that first mini tour that you guys did with Face to Face and MXPX was good.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean like that kickstarted our career completely. We
Thank,
dropped off that
thank,
second tour.
yeah, thank God the Aquabats bowed out and you guys got
I
back.
know, I know. Dude, Rory, we got a call like literally while we were in Miami, and they said, "Oh, Aquabats have dropped off the face to face and MXPX tour. You guys we got asked to do it.
Wow.
You just have to start it in like 3 days."
You know why they like
I don't
like
know.
Travis just quit to join Blink or something or like
No,
what?
it was before Travis. No, you know what?
I don't
I don't know.
remember.
That could have been even before he was playing with them. I don't even know.
Yeah, yeah,
It
Are
could
you
it
sure?
could have actually it could have been.
yeah.
It might have been because we ended up driving from Miami back to LA in 52 hours.
Oh my God.
We're like, we gotta get there, we gotta do it.
That's right.
And it was like it was
Wow. I
and like
remember those days.
that was the tour where our van had broken down.
Hmm.
We were pulling we couldn't pull a trailer with anything. So we had a minivan and a manual, driving truck with a bed in the back to do the tour.
That's
And only
badass.
3 of us knew how to drive sticks. So like between the 3 of us, we had to like not sleep at all because there was no room to sleep and just make it back in 52 hours.
As long as we're talking about Hippo's transportation, where did you guys was it Danny that drove the RV into was it an awning for like a casino or something?
No, it was just our hotel we were staying
Oh, it's
at
a
that night.
hotel. Okay.
And dude,
Just
I
no
swear,
clearance.
I swear, if our drummer had not like gotten out of the top like just right before, because he was like, "Oh, we're at the
Oh,
hotel."
the bunk thing on.
He, yeah, he's like in the top thing above the driver's spot, and
Oh
like
my gosh.
he got out like literally seconds before the whole air conditioner came down into the like we hit the air conditioner like hit and it like fully like flexed
Wow.
into the entire cabin of the motorhome. So that
Yeah.
was the end of that. So
Wow.
yeah, that you heard that story. That's good.
The
Yeah,
end of the
I
first
couldn't tell
tour,
you where.
the van
Yeah.
broke down too, right?
Yeah, well,
In Utah, I think it was.
yeah, that's right. We were
And
we
we all
were
flew back and somebody stayed behind. I forgot what happened there.
it was I
Oh,
think it
that's
was
the
the
worst.
I think it was the face-to-face MXPX tour because like we were trying to get to the next show. That no, the first time that it broke down was in Nebraska. And we were in Nebraska. Like, okay, the cool. I don't want to take this interview over. Like,
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
but it's really this is a fun story. Like, literally, we were in Nebraska, and we were going to be there for like a week. They didn't have the right stuff to fix our van, and we just like we got 2 hotel rooms. We're just like, well, we're going to be here for a week. What are we going to do? And all of a sudden, from like the other room, we hear, guys, get in here right now.
Oh,
They're
I think
watching
I know.
they're watching MTV, and like one of our songs came on to Real World, or I think it was Road Rules.
Sick.
And we're like, we made
We're
We did
famous.
it! We did it! So it was like that was like the oh my gosh, like if we hadn't have been there, we wouldn't have witnessed that all together. So that was
Yeah.
But you guys did that song in one of the Scooby Doo movies too, didn't you?
yeah, yep, yep. The alien invaders.
Alien Vader, that's right.
Back to Rory. Goodness, I'm
Ah,
taking up way
yay,
too much.
Rory. Now, how did that whole thing come about with the whole supernova thing? Did Tim just call you out of the blue and say, "We've got tons of people asking for your band"?
No.
Did you pitch it to them?
No.
How did that come about?
I have no
I was
idea if
one of
anyone
them.
was asking for us to play it, honestly. But I do know one person, this guy, Brian Pickard, who reached out to me and he was like, "You guys should play Supernova." And I was like, "Sure." Like, no one's asked us to, but and he was like, "Would you do it?" And I was like, I would ask the band if anyone asked me. And the next thing I know, I got an email from Tim saying like, "Hey, like I heard you guys might want to do it, and we would love to have you." And like I said earlier, it's just the stars aligned. So when I reached out to the rest of the band, they were open to it.
Mhm.
But yeah, honestly, I haven't really talked in depth. I don't know if Tim was even like a fan or if other people have told him that he should have the band. But I'm just thankful that he did.
And you could bring the
What's
hippos
the date of
along
that show?
with you because he's been wanting the hippos forever.
Yeah,
Rich,
I got more emails this year, and I was like, last
No, I'm
year,
only one person. I'm only one
la-
band member.
last year I thought it was gonna happen for real, and it did not. And he came
yeah.
back to me this year. I'm just like, dude, I don't know what to do. um,
I feel your
yeah,
pain, Rich.
what,
I've been there.
you really? Yeah.
I have.
So what when is that? When is that show again?
In
Tell the viewers.
September 12th and 13th, I think are the dates for Supernova
Cool.
this year. Here,
It used to
Which
be
day
three
are you
days.
guys
Supernova. It's backwards.
Mhm.
Um,
are you guys on multiple days or just one?
I think we're just playing one, but they are still announcing bands, and so they're like solidifying like specific dates and everything kind of further down the line.
That's gonna be epic.
There's a
Yeah.
headliner that they're
So,
going to announce tomorrow too.
all right.
Cool.
See who it is.
You guys have the inside track on this stuff. I don't know I'm out of my depth.
Well, I had a press pass last year and had to interview the bands and film all the bands and just talk to them and get bumpers and all that kind of stuff. That's what we did for this channel.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, Now you kind of discussed, or maybe not on this one, maybe another interview you discussed possibly playing some shows around the supernova thing. So that's
Right.
still an open possibility. Is that right?
It is possible.
Possible.
Yeah. Yeah. In short, the other members of the band are open to potentially doing other stuff, and so we are in talks with doing other things. There are we don't want to like cannibalize Supernova or anything, so we're not going to or currently there are no plans for us to like tour our way out there or anything. We'll probably just go and do Supernova as a bit of a one-off. But then um, you know, throughout the rest of this year, there's possibilities for a few more shows. I think one of the things that we have to be cognizant of is I mentioned, when we got back together in 2000 and there was like that initial wave of enthusiasm that sort of like crashed and then waned. I think we don't want to outstay our welcome again. So just trying to find the right balance of uh, being able to play some shows for people in places that we haven't been in a while, and get to both see some familiar faces and maybe I get messages from kids who were not born the last time the first time that we broke up for sure. that say that they've always wanted to see the band, and so hopefully giving those folks an opportunity to see us live before we're like too old to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
I
Rich, I
play.
think you had a question about the guitar setup.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like Rory, like I see you on, social media, like, doing
Hmm.
all your I mean, you're doing the electronics. Do you also do like shaping of your own guitar kind of stuff? I just want to know like what you do because like it all looks super fascinating, and I know you'd have like super good insight on like because you know so many genres. Like you have to have this like insight that a lot of people don't have on how to actually like make something like original and just cool sounding. So just wanted to hear what you're
Well,
what you've been working
thanks.
on. Yeah.
Thanks for saying that. Yeah, no, I started building electric guitars a few years ago. And mo most of the ones that I've made, or all the ones that I've made, have been. I'm a Fender guy. I love Fender guitars, and so they've all been uh, in that sort of style. But what I try to do is stick to Fender, the guitars that Fender never actually made. So like combinations of like I'm not really a big vibrato guy, for
Mhm.
example. I know Ariel wasn't either. Like I would always bond
Yeah.
with like other guitarists who
Right.
hated tremolo systems.
Yeah.
But uh, so making guitar like a jazz master that just traditionally just comes with this wild sort of tremolo system thing, but making a stop tail version of that with maybe like pickup combinations that were never actually
Hmm.
offered in actual jazz masters. I'm a big fan of wide range humbuckers, the big kind of like fat 70s
Cool.
pickups that Fender had. Um, and just and so that's kind of like my niche is trying to put together stuff um that Fender hadn't actually done. I made like a Telecaster Deluxe with a single pickup and like just a the most rudimentary system imaginable for Barry from Joyce Manor. Uh, and that was like one of the most recent builds that I did.
Okay.
And that, similarly, it was like just something that I hadn't actually seen. So I guess it's like what I'm basically doing is like a imposter Fender custom shop luthier sort of thing.
Going on a journey that you would actually have wanted them to do and they never did.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the thing is like I found even though as a Fender guy, and the thing I love about Fenders is that they're like completely modular. It's like you like bolt on the neck, and so it's like you take neck off of this and put it onto this, and then you
Yeah.
mix
Yeah.
up the pickups. And it's not really that simple. Like once you actually start getting into like
Yeah, I
the
mean, like, but I mean, like the possibilities are endless when I mean,
right.
it's
If you're
it's
building it,
it's
you can
probably
do
the
whatever.
the best one to start with, and then you could just like start getting even more creative as you go. So,
Yeah, it's kind of like it reminds me of like hot rod culture, I guess.
mhm.
Not that I
Yeah,
know a ton about that, but just like that's kind of how I think of it is like the modding and the like tricking it out and tweaking it to make it sort of like exactly what you always wanted
yeah.
and
Do
to
you
sound that you want the way that you like it.
do you use your own creations live for a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, I we did some slow reader shows last year and I played here, I'm just gonna
Yeah, ring it.
I played this guy.
Beautiful.
But I just said that I hate vibrato systems, but this one absolutely has one on it
Of course.
uh, because I wanted to to try out making a vibrato guitar. This is the only one that I've built that has any sort of vibrato system on it.
That's
But
beautiful.
it's got like a three saddle thing, which is like a Telecaster style bridge, and like I
Hmm.
mentioned, like the wide range humbuckers,
Yeah,
and then like the maple neck with the black inlays. So it's very familiar for people who like Fender guitars, but maybe just not the exact sort of combination that they've ever released as like an actual model.
that's dope. I love it. Yeah, I mean, like, it's cool when you post your, like, oh, this is what I'm working on. I'm like, ooh, that looks pretty, and I know, like, the thought behind it is actually pretty too. So, so it's cool. Like, I do you actually like sell them, or is it just like a you project?
I have sold a few. Actually, that one that I just not no no free ads, but that one is in
Oh,
my
all free
Reverb
ads.
store right now. uh, uh, but yeah, I've definitely sold a number of them. Honestly, like my favorite thing to do though is to make one for someone and give it to them as a gift. And
That's awesome.
the few times I've been able to do that, like that's the most satisfying version of it because at the end of the day, I I can sell them, but there's no way that I would really be able to sell them in a way that would be like profitable, because it's like
It's
the
a
amount
lot
of
of
time, like
yeah,
if I
yeah.
broke out like sure, like the parts and everything, like okay, I'm making a profit, but if I was to actually look at the amount of time that I put into taking a hunk of wood and then turning it into a guitar, I'd be paying myself like 22 cents an hour or something, and
That's
so
that's the passion side of music. Like,
yeah, yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. That's awesome. No, I was always wondering, like, how deep you went into that for even just yourself or for other people, and like, because it looks like you have like some really cool ideas. I just loved it. Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, are you still familiar with like what's going on in the ska scene and what changes have made over the decades?
I mean, in all honesty, I'm not as kind of immersed in music generally as I was before. I think that's typical, when you're pushing 50, like you're gonna like be maybe a little less on the cutting edge. But as far as ska music goes, I mean, I'll just give a shout out to like my favorite new tone ska band is Bad Operation from New Orleans. I love those guys. I found out about them basically because they sampled the beginning of the Impossibles record for their record,
Oh,
and
really?
it got on like Brooklyn Vegan, and then Barry from Joyce Manor sent it to me and was like, "Have you heard this?" And I was like, "Oh, wow, that's cool." And then they just turned out to be amazing guys, and I really liked the music, and so I'm most familiar with them as far as like current ska stuff. But I went and saw Catbite at Mohawk in Austin, and they were phenomenal. Um, yeah, I know there's definitely a scene now that is interesting and different, and still pushing the genre into new places, and I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, I think
It's
Daryl and I were just talking about there's like a really young movement coming into LA. I
Mhm.
mean, like kind of
Mm.
OCLA, everything.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Like a lot of young bands that are like that have a big following, and people are like kind of going off like they used to, like in
That's
our
amazing.
scene. I
Yeah.
mean, so it's really interesting that like here we are another 20, like the 20 to 20 to 20, like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's like there's a lot of things happening that I just kind of see because we're doing the Goodman Club stuff here.
Hmm.
I would never see if I wasn't, but it's really
Right.
cool to actually see that like it's really raw,
Hmm.
but there's like a really big contingency of fans that are like, I need to be at every show. So who knows?
Yeah.
Might be another
That's
revival.
great. That warms my heart because I feel, sometimes I get worried that modern life is so isolating
Yeah.
that the communal experience of going to shows and being a part of a music scene and stuff like that is like no longer a thing. So I'm very happy to hear that there are still people carrying that torch.
It is alive. I mean, like they're it really reminds me of like the early, pushes, like slapstick kind of thing. Like it's raw, but it's like super, everybody's like kind of turning their heads going, "Ooh, I think I like that."
Mhm.
So it's dope.
Nice.
Love it. I love it.
And there's a shitload of like ska type festivals
Oh yeah,
like
tons.
every year. I mean, and Rich is gonna be out in was it New York? No, Boston. Boston in July?
Yeah, it's Massachusetts. I don't know where it is.
Massachusetts. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They're doing a festival out
Cool.
there,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. But there's like a festival, like all little small festivals all over the US every year.
That's awesome. I need to find out how to get on that circuit.
Get this man back in. Like everybody needs to hear this. It's crazy. Your stuff is like so good, man.
Oh,
I gotta give it up one more
Yep.
time.
well, thank you.
Yep.
Feeling is mutual.
Um, I do have one last question for me. Um,
You're
so
gonna
I
ask
was
yourself
what?
a question?
What's that?
You're gonna ask
That's what I was
yourself a
thinking.
question?
No, 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 no.
Wait, I have one more question for
I'm
me
just
too.
saying. I'm just like, Daryl's probably got, like 50 more. I don't know, but like,
No, I only have like 4 or 5 more.
okay. One more for me. So I have a extreme phobia to having my feet not have socks or shoes on them. And I'm watching Gabe play the show like you guys did. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible.
Yeah. It's so funny because he was talking about that the other day, and it's like that is not like a Gabe thing, like where
I was
like
I was
he
I was asking
was
like
always barefoot or anything
did I
like that.
forget this from the past? Like I
That
was just like, what is happening right now? I'm dying.
he said there was just like a short window where he was really into being barefoot, and then he did it at that show. I think it's amazing that he did it. I always joke with him that it's got a very like Paul is Dead sort of like cover of Abbey Road, like
Right? Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of sort of thing going on, which is really funny. But yeah, no, that's not typical, and yeah, I'm
Not
sure.
something that I forgot from back in the day. So this is okay.
No, 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 no. It's not like Gabe used to always play barefoot. That was literally just something he decided to do for that 2012 show,
I was like,
and the cameras happened to be rolling.
how many splinters are coming up out of that stage? How many times is he stepping on the cords and going, ow? I'm
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
seriously.
There's so many things. I'm just like, okay, that was my one. I was like, yeah, I gotta know.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay,
Now,
wait. I'm gonna be right back. 2 seconds.
okay.
Okay.
Now, Rory, since we know that ska doesn't pay the bills, if we care to if we care to share, what is your occupation?
I'm a real estate agent,
Oh, okay.
which there is a total pipeline from musician to real estate agents that you may have noticed if you look on the. I think there was a Hard Times article headline that was something about that. About, like everyone from the scene is now a real estate agent. But yeah, no, that's what I do here in the
Yeah.
Austin
I
area.
decided to go into insurance instead of real estate. So
Nice,
that's what
yes.
I do.
Agency comes in many forms.
Yep.
Our fiduciary responsibilities.
Yep. I'm not an agent. I'm in claims though. So
Okay.
I'm at the bottom of the barrel of the insurance company because every time you pay money out that's when they hate you. Now, do you have any pet peeves or addictions if you care to
Oh my
share
God.
any?
Wow. I mean, what if I just like busted out with like meth? That'd be messed up. Addictions. I mean, I think it's, as boring as it is, I think I'm just probably too like screen addicted, just like everybody else.
Mhm.
Uh, Bit of an ice cream addict. Um, but yeah, pet peeves, I think I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I'm sure there's something that I mean everybody has one, but yeah, nothing's jumping to mind. Like nothing that I like adopt as like a key part of my personality or anything like that.
No bad drivers or people smoking where they're not supposed to.
I mean,
I've got
well,
a kick
yeah.
out of them myself.
If you want to throw that out there, like yeah, like cigarette smoke is has always I to, I'm ashamed to say that a few times in my youth I tried to start smoking and couldn't do it. I was just like, this is disgusting.
Mhm.
And it still grosses me out pretty hard. So yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that's there.
And it just smells everywhere. Your hands, your clothes, other
Yeah.
people smell you. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, when I come home and my hoodie is just like, it smells like cigarettes and you're just like, oh great. And I have to wash this before I can wear it again.
Yeah.
That's okay. There you go. You found something that grinds my gears, Daryl.
Oh, good. That was what I was trying to get.
There you go.
Now, normally I ask if I see people wearing t-shirts and stuff like that, what t-shirt you're wearing. We always know what Rich is wearing because he loves Disneyland and he's always there.
Oh,
True.
there you go. Hey, I love
I
It's
Disney too.
it's
do
not
you?
D,
Yeah.
it's not Big D that he likes. It's
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
like it's that like literally. I not only have like my magic key for Anaheim, I got it for Disney World too. So I don't know.
oh, check it
Sick.
out.
Dude, okay, I have to because you brought up Disneyland, I have to like it brought up a memory that I have of Ariel telling us in the Impossibles a hack, which is actually a scam that he used to
Okay.
pull at Disneyland. And
Okay.
maybe you know about this, Rich, but
Yeah.
he told us if you're ever at Disneyland and you want food for free, you just go up to the people at the line. You say, "Hey, you probably don't remember me. I was just here a few minutes ago. I came around the corner over there and someone ran into me and all of like my food just went all over the floor. Can you give me like three Dole Whips and like
Right.
whatever?"
Well, can I see the
Honestly,
receipt?
It would
honest,
scam Disneyland.
no, honestly, it works more times than you would ever understand.
Do you know for first
It's not like
experience?
it is not like that. Like I don't do this, but like honestly, like we actually have stuff happen, and we like, and we'll say it, and they're like, "Oh, no problem. Here's this. Oh,
Yeah.
here for your problem. Here's a free pretzel." We're like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Because it's all about the experience. Like they're trying to protect your Disneyland experience.
Yeah. I mean, like honestly, the other day we were at the parks and we were going like, oh, you know what? We actually couldn't get on this ride. Everything broke down. Like we're trying to get back over there, but like her foot's like my fiance's foot is like bothering her.
Uh-huh.
Like probably not gonna get back over there. And the guy's like, "You want to go on this ride?" We're like, "Okay." He like took us through the exit. He's like, "Here you go."
Going through the tunnels.
Like literally,
Yeah.
if you're just like cool and sincere, like they pick up
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that and they're like, "Yeah, here, come on in." Or like, "All right,
It's
thanks."
the best. It's really the
I
best.
mean, this is like the best. I mean, like really, this is like when positivity is spread, I'm about it.
Mhm.
So, and there's like all these people that hate on Disney for blah blah blah. And I'm just like, dude, life is better with it. Come on, stop it.
Our hack
I'm with
used to
you.
be to get into the front of the lines was where one of us in a large group would rent a wheelchair.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
everyone goes to the front of the
All
line
right,
for
Daryl, I
every
have a
line.
new pet peeve I'd like to bring to the front. People who pretend like they're disabled.
So
Busted.
I've done it more than once, and I've done it more at a different place. I actually did the wheelchair thing once because I couldn't get tickets to see that Avengers, the last Avengers movie. It was like sold
Ah,
out. So
so
there was only
you
a
were petty.
handicap.
You were petty.
Wow.
Like it.
And you don't know how different you get treated. It's weird. Everyone wants to do a lot of stuff
Oh,
for you. And I felt so
yeah.
bad for doing
You
that.
should.
I
You
should.
should feel bad about that.
There's actually a reason you should feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Disney widened all the lines now, or for you to get in, so they don't do the wheelchair thing anymore.
Mm.
Well, that now they got the DOS thing. This is too complicated. Let's move on.
Oh, we're getting deep lore,
I know too much.
deep
So
Disney
I
lore,
I did wear a shirt for you, Rory, just because I know that you love this band.
as opposed to being shirtless. Yeah,
Correct.
Blue Meanies. Hell yeah.
Oh, Blue Meanies. Yes.
This is when I
Yes.
saw them back.
Amazing.
Dear goodness.
This is when I saw them 3 years ago at the reunion show.
Sick.
I flew out to Chicago to go see them, and who was it that opened? Somebody opened a Weaker Youth Ensemble. I don't know if you remember that band.
I know the name.
They opened, and I was out there also, and Chuck Wren from Jump Up was also having his 30th anniversary for the label, and he did American Gothic 30th anniversary,
Sick.
and he had State of Emergency open. Coolidge was playing all the Johnny Sacco songs, and the Eclectics played. I don't know if you remember them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. And the Blue Meanies story from the crossover with the Impossibles here, bringing it all together. We got Dan Pothast from ME330 snuck us into the Blue Meanies CD release show at Metro in Chicago, and that was the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like there
For
was a
for Full Throttle, or for which album?
yes, the silver and blue one,
Yeah,
I
Full
think.
Throttle.
Full throttle. Yes, 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 yes. Um, and they had a part of it where they came onto stage one at a time in like choir robes. And then but then like people just kept coming out until there were like 50 people on stage in like choir robes, and then
Yeah.
they yeah, really amazing band that definitely knew how to put on a show.
Oh
And I mean,
yeah.
you want to talk about like irreverent, not even like chord progressions, just like irreverent musicianship. I mean, they were blowing everybody else out of the water.
Yeah.
The Midwest knew how to
You-
do it differently, for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Rich, you guys played with them at the, or
Yeah.
maybe you didn't. Oh yeah, at the Ska Against Racism, right? Didn't you guys?
I can't remember where, but yeah, I think
Yeah,
we played with them at least one, like maybe I think it was a couple times.
yeah. But
Yeah.
those that the reunion show, it was just the whole Kiss Your Ass Goodbye album that they
Nice.
played, and
Yeah.
that was it. It was fucking amazing. Those guys are amazing. I've been trying to get them on this podcast, but they don't return, and no one returns my. And
Rory, make a call. Make a call.
But remember me? I was at the CD release in
exactly.
1897 or whatever.
I saw you play.
Well,
At
you know
least
what's
I was
funny?
there twice.
It was funny
What do I do?
because I had what's his name, Jay Vance, not JD Vance, but Jay Vance, the
You
bass
said we weren't
player.
going to get political, Daryl.
he he did his own thing after Blue Meanies. Was the robot? It was a robot thing. It was like where he had,
Captured by robots?
yes, Captured by Robots, and
Hell
we
yeah.
saw them when I was on tour with the Adjustments. They played
Uh-huh.
with them at the Fireside Bowl.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I got his tape. So when I went to the reunion, I tried to have him do that and him sign the CDs and all that stuff. And
Uh-huh.
he had just cut his finger. So he signed it all my things in blood. And I
Now
just
you
looked at
know
him,
you're a
Gross.
star.
I'm like, really, dude? I have a pen right here. But
That's hardcore. I mean, I respect it, but it kind of grosses me out.
it was pretty
I
gross.
wouldn't want this signature, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. It wasn't. You can't even tell it's a signature. It's just blood. It's biohazard.
Beautiful.
So what does the future hold for the Impossibles? I know we've actually spoken a lot about this stuff. So
Sure.
we know that you guys are playing maybe some shows, maybe some new music. As a band, have you guys spoken about a reunion and maybe actually trying to do it? Even though you said one of your guys is in Portland, is there any
Yeah.
way that you guys would do something like that?
I, time will tell. Everybody's got families and responsibilities and all that good stuff. And like I said before, like I don't think we want to wear out our welcome. Sometimes when bands reunite and then just kind of keep going, I don't know. I think there's sort of like diminishing returns on it, but we're definitely open to doing more. So right now, the only thing on the books is a Supernova Ska Fest, September 12th and 13th in Fort Monroe, Virginia, and we're super excited for that. But there absolutely could be more this year, and we'll just try and keep it to a tasteful amount. Like just we'll just try and keep that balance just right, where we're still getting people out who are excited to see us and not wearing out our welcome.
Yeah, good. Now, where can we find your music, both physical and maybe digital? Do you have anything digitized?
Well, yeah, all this stuff is on streaming. I mean, that's the one great thing about being the first band on Fueled by Ramen with the full length, and
Look
not
out.
this split release bullshit.
Who
Um,
does that? Who does that?
uh, the great thing about that is that they got purchased by Warner Brothers, and so we don't have to worry about the music disappearing. I can't say we don't have to worry about it, but so far so good that the music is out there on all the major streaming services, and then we've done a couple of things ourselves as well. You mentioned the live album that's self-released, so that's definitely gonna stay up there for as long as I'm around. And then physical releases, the anthology record and return were pressed on vinyl only in Japan and only 300 copies of each of those releases back in the day. So there's been some interest out there for the vinyl releases. We are still actively working on that, and then I guess that's the flip side of the Field Brahman getting uh, bought out by Warner Brothers thing is that if you want to not bootleg your own record, which some people do, then like actually getting it on vinyl is a little bit more difficult. But we've had people holding out hope for a while, and am hopeful to be able to pay off that hope and have some vinyl releases from the Impossibles uh, of our older records. Maybe in 2026. I would love it if we can get it done this year. I would absolutely be thrilled.
And you could say you're on
That
the
was
same
one. That
label
was
as.
one thing I was.
Sorry, I was just gonna say you
Oh,
could
no,
say you're on the same label as 21 Pilots and
Oh,
Paramore.
I say that all the time. Where
you
I'm like, yeah, I used to be a musician, and then they'll be like, oh, really? What's the name of your band? They'll be like, The Impossibles. We were on a label called Fueled by Ramen that had Paramore and Fall Out Boy and 21 Pilots, and just straining for some
that
credibility.
that was one question that I had. So you guys were like still associated with Fuel by Ramen, like later down the road. Like we were off. We were on Interscope.
Right.
So like when everything kind of switched over and you witnessed probably like a change in the system when Vinny was not there.
We were
Was there like a change up when it became its its own thing and it was starting to go in a different direction?
Good question.
Or did you?
um I would say almost certainly, but we basically stopped operating right before that happened. Like
Okay,
we
yeah.
stopped in 2002, and then I think the Fall Out Boy record broke in 2003.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
I knew it was right around the same time, and I was like, I
yeah,
didn't know what came first, but
yeah. So, it basically went from me being on the phone with John Janik like every single day
yeah,
to seeing MTV and seeing Fueled by Ramen records underneath
yeah.
the Fall Out Boy credits and their video. And
Gotcha.
um, so we were not there to sort of witness that, or I was not there to really witness that craziness firsthand.
Gotcha.
But it was incredible. And I always felt like it couldn't have that level of success could not have come to someone who was more uh, deserved it more.
Mhm.
Because like I said, it's just like, especially in hindsight, uh, John just had he always had our trust because he had the respect. He told the truth, and he kept his word. And it's only now that I sort of appreciate how rare that is, like, with that sort of consistency. And I'm sure that that has a lot to do with how he's able to build, what he was able to build with Fuel by Ramen.
Hmm.
Totally agree. That's great. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, good guy. Good times back then.
Yeah.
Now, Rory, do you have any last words for your fans out there and the viewers of this channel?
I'll see you at Supernova. No, uh,
He's an animal.
to fans of the Impossibles, thank you so much for being fans of our band. We are super excited to see y'all again, both at Supernova and anything else that we're able to put together. And I just feel incredibly lucky. I have a lot of gratitude and a lot of appreciation for uh, the fact that we were able to do what we were able to do. Like, even if we weren't Fall Out Boy or Paramore or 21 Pilots or whatever, even just in our own way, sort of having this sort of like cult band status, and the tight group of people who loved our music. Um, it's just it's always mind blowing. And like, Rich, you watched that video of the 2012 reunion show,
Yeah. Yeah.
that we have up on YouTube. uh I will just never forget the feeling of starting to sing the first song at that show, and having the sound of the crowd be louder than anything that was coming off of stage.
Every single person in like that I could see from that
Yeah.
one shot is singing your lyrics. So I'm
It,
like,
I'll
it's
never
so
forget
good.
it. It's like, thank you everyone for making my life better, and for uh, giving me that experience that I hope everybody has, like, something in their life that is like that just really blows their mind, and brings them so much happiness.
Mhm.
I've thought of that before too. I'm like, when you're actually up there and like the crowd is going so crazy, or like the lyrics are like you said, it's like, dude, there's nothing like it. It's just like, dude, I did something that changed somebody's, not changed their life, but just like, like that it affected them. And there's
Like,
like, I
connected.
need to know this.
There's
Yeah,
a
you're
connection
connected.
between you and that
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
and that person and that person, and everybody comes together with that communal connection in that moment.
I
Mhm.
felt that on that video so hard. It was great. It was great. Loved
Yeah.
it. Congrats.
Awesome. Gentlemen, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with the viewers and everyone that's fans of your band, Rory, and of course, you, Rich, your bands. Can't wait to see what you got going on this year. Going to follow you and everything like that. Hold on real fast so we could talk a little more after this. All right.
All right.